In my last video in this series, I started the mixed media portion of this junk journal. This is my Cornucopia of Gratitude junk journal, collaborated with Susan of I Turtly Love It. There's 3 different things that I did for the mixed media. I used paint, the greens and the white. I used markers for words and for doodles, and I used some glitter glue for some added bling and sparkle. There's 3 ways that I used the acrylic paint and gesso. One way was for text boxes. That's these 2 squares and these little swooshes of white. Those were meant to have marker or paint pen words or writing on top of them. The second way that I used paint was to make stripes, which I'll continue this theme throughout the book, to write on, to be reminiscent in this junk journal of lined paper, to write my gratitude notes in there. The third way I used paint was just some painterly, I like that dry brush technique where you can see the swooshes of paint and the lines from the paintbrush. So just some swooshes of paint in the backgrounds to give some background color. In addition to writing with the markers, I also did some floral and spirally and star doodles that I'll continue in the rest of the book. While the camera was off, I used some of those same techniques that I just shared with you throughout the book, and they're getting ready for some more things on these pages today. Today's video will be about adding some more things into the journal, such as this is a playing card in the shape of a star into this pocket. I also reinforced some of the spines like this, as I had done previously in another video. Thanks for subscribing and checking out the other videos, as well as checking out Susan from I Turtly Love It's videos for this series of Junk Journal Madness. The first thing I'd like to do today is to address this beautiful clear plastic pocket. I was thinking that a snippet roll would be the perfect thing to show through that clear plastic. This snippet roll is something that I had made previously and I just found in my supplies. It's a wide piece of cardstock that I had actually printed the cover of one of my art journals, painting journals, onto, and you can see the spine there. It's a little bit too long for this, and I'd like to keep that spiral part on it, so let us trim it about right here and then hold on to this smaller piece in case I want to do something else with that. This tag from the snippet roll will fit nicely inside of there. This was just made by gluing on scrap papers, book pages, origami paper, and painted paper scraps, little strips of them onto that cardstock piece. You can see they're sticking out off the sides. That makes a really nice tag that fits in there. This spine I haven't reinforced yet, so I would like to cut out a green paper heart and do a more of a decorative reinforcement than the bigger rectangle papers that I was gluing on the accordion between each spine. I think that'll fit kind of under there. Slipping it across the fold and joining both pages together with it. Moving along further, Here's that tuck spot that I had taken out a heavier paper from. I'm choosing something lighter to put into it because this paper bag is lightweight. Oh, it wasn't, it was a corner tuck now where I had glued that down. So I've got a tea packet. I'll put a tag in there later. See if that will fit into here. It does, and I like that some of the botanical floral designs are still showing up there. Have you been watching Susan's videos? I watched one of her videos that I'll link in the description, and she made this nice pocket that is a wraparound pocket. Her video has the instructions for this. I'm choosing a page in this booklet and wrapping around the pocket to two sides. So it is doubly useful. Pocket from the front. Does that fit? Oh, maybe it does. So pocket from the front and pocket from the back. I liked Susan's idea there, so I did that as I was watching her video. I'd like to add something else into this photocopy paper booklet that I tipped into this junk journal. It is with stickers. These are cloud stickers. Nice views of the sky. I'll take 2 of these. And I'm going on to this shorter ripped page, peeling the back off the sticker. They're meant to look like Polaroid photos. And I want this coming off the page, but not farther than the book itself. Then I'm using the second one, since they're the exact same size, and matching it up on the back so it's like a page extension. And I'll probably be writing something on there. Next, I talked about text boxes. Text boxes can be colored in, painted in, or colored in like the previous ones on that first spread, or they could just have paint or marker outlining them, defining the box, but then leave the paper raw underneath it for writing. With those, I did 3 on one envelope. I don't know exactly what gratitude journaling I'm going to write on there, but I liked the idea of having them numbered, so sequentially, 1, 2, and 3. So each of those 3 text boxes is going to get their own number. It will either be 3 parts to the same story that I'm telling about gratitude, or 3 different things that are somehow related that I'm thankful for, and I could put a title for it on there. It gives me some options. Next, I would like to take some of my notes. My first video, I had shown these little circles of paper like a web for what cornucopia of gratitude meant to me, brainstorming about the different ways that I could think about gratitude and incorporate it into this Junk Journal Madness, Junk Journal Collaborative. Now I decided to save this paper and glue these 6 parts onto it. I'll let that dry for a moment while I'm talking. On here, I did some journaling about those 6 things, and I would like to tip this in way back here because it seems to have some room, and just would bring in some nice color there. I'm using kind of like backpack straps or bandages, band-aids that I am gluing it on with. Rectangles of scrapbook paper, securing this large written paper, photocopy paper sized on, so I can still open it and read it, but I want to use these like little straps on a backpack. There's one, and here comes the second one, so I can fold this page open. This is basically a hinge, like a door hinge, and this flips and folds open. Later I will alter this paper clip in some kind of a way, but for now it's just holding that closed into the journal. Then this one, I think I'll fold up more like a letter and see if there's one of my envelopes that it could fit into. So you could write an entire gratitude letter, which my next video will be about writing gratitude letters and the written portion of this journal, where I'll also be having some fun tags and different paper ephemera pieces that I can write the gratitude words on. I've done a little bit of that so far, but would like to include more of it. So thank you for watching. This is our video for today. I'm Kathleen Arola-Johnson. You can find me on Instagram as well as Skillshare. This is Junk Journal Madness, and I am today getting my journal ready with these different touches for the writing portion of writing on tags, writing in the envelopes, writing in this booklet, doing some of the deeper thoughts about gratitude, about the theme, cornucopia of gratitude, now that I have a lot of this journal made. But if you've been watching my other videos, you can tell that I do like to go back and forth between different parts of the journal, so I'm not done with the journal itself. I'm just ready to do some gratitude writing next. Thanks for joining me.